made a shelf. My office has been a disaster for, well, let me show you. This is how my office looks on a daily basis because there's no place to store anything and because I'm a slob. So I finally decided to build some shelves and be able to store a few items, get some things off my desk. Okay, go ahead, tell.
Daddy made the shelf and I got to help.
What did you get to do?
I got to help Daddy hand tools to him. I put a GoPro on the shelf.
Can you play nicely, please? Alright, so that's good enough for now. Alright, so I kind of feel like I need to explain a few things. For those who have been watching, it has been quite a while since we have posted a video. There's definitely a good reason for that. I just spilled a bunch of stuff. We are fine, and we have still been traveling, and we've even been filming and shooting videos of our travel. I just haven't been editing and posting those videos for a couple of reasons. I personally have been going through a lot, and that involves a lot of... We're not going away. We are still going to be posting. We have a ton of amazing videos coming up here. I just wanted to kind of explain in a way that make it...
She needs you to wipe her.
Where was I? Alright, I definitely need some help explaining this. So Heather has been doing all of our editing lately and working on a fun project right now. I have a question for you.
Yeah?
Where have we been the last couple months?
Where have we been? So where have we been?
Why haven't we posted any videos?
So traveling and vacationing are two very different things in my opinion, and you vacation to like get away and relax, and that's your focus, is to kind of like refresh. And when we travel to grow and to learn new things and to be stretched, to step outside of our comfort zone and to experience new cultures. And with that comes a lot of growth. And I often say it's like a pressure cooker. Like, you go into these situations and you cannot escape from yourself. Like, you have to look at who you are inside and deal with the good and the bad and the ugly. And especially as parents with kids, that's a whole nother element to it. My shortest, easiest answer for where we've been these last couple months is we needed to step back for a minute to process all of the amazing things that we had learned from our travels in Southeast Asia. That was such an incredible experience for us, and it grew us so fast, so much in a short period of time, that we came home and kind of had to reevaluate everything, who we are, what we're gonna do, what we want to do with our lives, everything kind of we just had to take a second to look at ourselves and figure out who we are and who we want to be as individuals, as a couple, as a family. And we decided to take a break from all social media. We had to take a minute to kind of refresh and look at ourselves and figure out where we want to go next.
For me, I had to take a step back from social media just because it got to the point where it was simply unhealthy for me. The problem with social media is that it's such a curated platform of someone's life, and things are edited. It's just not fair if you are scrolling through and seeing someone's curated profile and pictures, and you have to know that it's not entirely real. The behind the scenes, people are always, every person has their struggle behind the scenes that you don't see, and I kind of wish that it was a more authentic platform, and maybe we should start being more authentic and sharing the things that we go through. And
we have always done our best to be authentic, but we don't really necessarily want to remember all of the hard, bad things, like the tantrums and things. I remember one day when we were in Thailand, we had a really hard, long day. And we did a floating market in the morning. We drove and did the train market in the afternoon. And it was probably one of the hardest days.
And it was 110 degrees out.
It was really hot. The girls were grumpy and they were kind of done. They just wanted to stay home and play, but we really wanted to go and do this.
We were fighting. They were fighting
We
with
were
us.
fighting. In the video, you mentioned, like, oh, there was a meltdown, like, because that's why we lost your backpack.
Yeah.
And the reality is that I had a panic attack in the middle of the market because it was so much chaos, so much was going on. It was me. Like, Chloe was complaining and just wanted me to hold her, and there were people everywhere, and I kind of froze and couldn't function for a little while. And it was so hot, we just had to like get to water and air conditioning for a minute and reevaluate. But those are the kind of things that, like, I don't really want to remember that about myself and my trial. Like, I don't want to be reminded of those moments, but yet it's not fair that all that was shown of that day was like how cool it was. I mean, I'm happy I remember how cool it was, because I had a hard time in the moment understanding how cool it was because I was really struggling.
I hope someone listens to this and understands that social media isn't always real, and understand that don't compare yourself to, it's said so often, it's so cliche, but don't compare your behind the scenes to someone's highlight reel. Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with creating that highlight reel and for us to edit out the moments that the kids are fighting and screaming or we're fighting, but don't expect that that's how life always is, because it's not that way for anybody. So don't put pressure on yourself to live up to other people's highlight reels, because I've been doing that to myself, and that's why social media has been so negative for me, such a bad destructive habit, is because it causes you anxiety of, you feel like you have to live up to other people's standards of what they're posting, and it's just not fair. I don't think it does anybody any good.
When we created the channel, it was mainly for ourselves and for to kind of keep our family and friends updated on what we were doing in travels, and we didn't really anticipate people catching on and following along with what we were doing.
Yeah, it definitely was a like a personal journal, because we've been traveling for years and years, and we did a very good job of taking pictures, but we never documented in video form. And I wanted the accountability to actually put in the work and make the videos so that we could look back and remember the experiences that we were having, especially with our young kids. But it definitely took us by surprise when people started catching on, and it happened very quickly, and took us by surprise. We have some awesome videos coming up. We're behind. We need to start posting some videos from a while ago, but we have more Bali videos, and then we just got back from Morocco and Lisbon, which were unbelievable.
Amazing.
Also very challenging, but very cool, and so we're excited to, and some pretty funny videos too, with rats infesting our Bali villa. But
that's more authentic, that one.
There you go. Yeah.
And we are really excited about what the future holds for us in our travels, and we're excited to step into more traveling and to have already learned some good lessons so that we have room for more.
Yep. Something super exciting coming this summer that I'm excited about, which will be a lot of work, but a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's it.